What an incredibly strange Global Champions League round one we have seen this afternoon at Tops International Arena. 3 eliminations, no double clears, the top 4 battle between Madrid, Prague and Valkenswaard going head-to-head. And from a championship perspective, Swans, Berlin Eagles and the Stockholm Hearts all finding life very difficult. So it does then set itself up for what should be a tantalizing second day. But what a performance from the Paris Panthers, in particular, from a young, inexperienced 9-year-old being ridden by Ben Mayer on EC to jump clear the way he did today with that very quick fall from Niall Nasser. It does make them the best of the teams on 4 penalties. They find themselves then just ahead of Stockholm Hearts. The Rome Gladiators a bit of a surprise, and then the Berlin Eagles, powered by Fundi's Kruissport, are right up there as well. A clear from Ludger Beerdebam, and then unfortunately for them, a 4 from Philip Wieshout. We'll take you through all of those teams. We'll show you some of those big moments. But let's start then with Paris Panthers. Niall Nasser making a long-awaited return to the Global Champions League, returning to Valkenswaard, and now all of a sudden on El Conde, his 11-year-old, jumping a very, very fast 4 at 67.70. You can see the reaction from Derek Kenny and Rob Hoekstra. He then was followed up by Ben Mayer, as we said, on EC, that 9-year-old. And what a way to jump clear. What a way to give the Paris Panthers the provisional lead. And based on what is happening thus far in the rest of the competition, that fast 4 may be incredibly telling tomorrow, come the Global Champions League round 2. So let's show you then how the rest of the fields played out. Shanghai Swans were very, very important too. They were the final team to come out the gate, and they brought in Marlon Zanotelli for today's Global Champions League round 1. Also on Harwich, jumping his first ever Global Champions League, and much like EC, showing incredible skill, jumping well beyond his years, coming home clear. Unfortunately for Max Kuna and EIC Cooley jumped the queue. It wasn't the same. 2 fences going down for him, 8 penalties for Max Kuna, and it puts the Shanghai Swans in just a little bit of pressure ahead of Global Champions League round 2 as they find themselves ever so slightly behind the pace with regards to the Berlin Eagles and the Stockholm Hearts. I believe that Marlon Zanotelli is standing by for us. Marlon, thank you very much for joining us. Great to see you in action today for the Shanghai Swans. Firstly, tell us about Harwich. What an incredible clear on this young horse.
Thank you. I'm just a lucky rider to have Harwich to ride from the VDL stud. He's a fantastic horse, the mentality and everything. It's just everything we want. Super careful, very scopy horse. He's really stepping up on the big level now. He did his first 5-star Grand Prix a couple weeks ago, was 3rd, and I really think he's going to be one of my best horses on my string. And Marlon, I'm very happy that he can help the team now. Yes,
the Shanghai Swans want to keep the pressure on the Berlin Eagles, on the Stockholm Hearts. That 8 going into round 2 tomorrow, is it realistic? Are you still in the hunt for a Valkenswaard title? Are you still in the hunt for that championship race?
As we see many times, everything can change in the second round. There is a lot to do, still 2 rounds to go. We are not far from the fight. Okay, we 1 fault behind from the leading teams, but we keep fighting as always.
Not a great performance, unfortunately, for Max Kuna. Harwich, of course, doing well. Still very early days for him. Is there an idea in your head as to who will jump tomorrow?
Yeah, I know from my horse I will jump Vidal Edgar on that class. And then we're still going to have to talk after. I don't really know what is the plan for the whole team, but I'm sure we're going to bring the 2 best horses as possible.
Well, we look forward to seeing the fight tomorrow. Good luck to the Shanghai Swans, and well done today. Marlon Zanotelli putting in a really strong performance today and confirming then that Harwich will not jump in Global Champions League round 2. But he is confident that not only are they still in the mix for this weekend, but from a championship point of view, that they are very much in the mix as well. Now, Madrid Emotion were the big talking point as well. One of the top 4 teams, so many podiums this season, so many strong performances, yet it was all gone in an instant. Eric van Vleuten and Dreamland coming out, and with this elimination being forced to retire, Eric van Vleuten unable to complete the course, Michael van Vleuten jumping as an individual, and Madrid in Motion being eliminated. In fact, they were one of 3 eliminations. And Michael van Vleuten and Eric van Vleuten having a conversation there, and you can see the frustration on the face of Eric's face, perhaps simply suggesting It was as easy as that. Madrid Emotion struggling to get over the line. Now, Ben Mayer, of course, from the Paris Panthers, putting in a sensational performance, going on to help them into the provisional lead as it stands now. Let's hear from Mayer following that performance.
Solid round, Ben. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm very happy with my horses today. Had a little bit of a tough show in London. Very inexperienced horses, but they're all good. But we looked at the videos, tried to learn from things, and come back this week even better than last week. So EC's a new horse. He has all the ability and talent, and he's still learning with the control. But we had a good team result today.
Can I say it's all or nothing for the Paris Panthers this weekend if we look at the top four?
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit. We said this for many weeks now, and we're not getting the job finished. We can have good first days, and it happens like that sometimes in the season. But we keep pushing. We're developing some new horses, new sort of partnerships on the team. And if the season isn't our season, we keep fighting, but we hope to come back strong in Prague.
Is top four still in your mind, or still in the mind of Paris Panthers?
I mean, it's in the back of our minds, let's say. We have a very, very strong team on paper, but we just haven't been able to produce the results at the right time this year. So we keep fighting every week. And if we come in the top four, then it's a bonus. But we keep doing one round at a time. And if we're not, then we'll have to just make sure that we get the job right in Prague.
And the best results in Prague?
Absolutely.
A reminder that Issy is just 9 years of age, and Ben Mayer riding Issy to a very, very impressive clear this afternoon, along with Niall Nasser's 4 today. It was the fastest of the 4s and puts the Paris Panthers into pole position going ahead into Global Champions League round 2 tomorrow. They have been in this position before. Let's hear from team manager Rob Hoekstra. Rob, thank you for joining us today. You must be incredibly impressed with the return of Niall Nasser and a clear from Ben on a very, very young horse.
Yeah, I mean, really good rounds from both. I just wish, the competitions would finish after the first round. I think we've been in pole position, I don't know, you know better than me, probably 4 or 5 times this year. And we haven't really been able to get it together in the second round other than in Paris. So a bit unlucky in the second round, but really pleased with the horses today, yes, for sure.
You've led me to my question. I was going to ask you exactly that. There's been wonderful first round performances, but the ball has been dropped in round 2. What do you talk about tonight? What do you share with the riders? How do you get it right tomorrow?
Well, I think what's happened, if we've had a number of shows with slightly less experienced horses. And that obviously tells more in the second round than in the first round. The first round we got away with it. They've jumped well at their level, and then the second round's been a bit bigger, and we've become a bit, inconsistent. Having said that, we've been fairly unlucky. Greg last week was very unlucky. We could have been second there, maybe a few other shows. Last fence down Miami, last fence down Saint-Tropez. I know it looks bad on the scoreboard, but actually, it's just not been our year so far.
Rob, I know it's still very early days, but can you tell us what's going through your mind? I'm assuming Derek Kenny will feature tomorrow. What does round 2 look like for Paris Panthers?
Yeah, my plan was to obviously use Cartello. He didn't jump today. He had a little warm-up yesterday, and he looks in great shape. I think I'm probably going to go for Niall with El Conde because he's more experienced. Ben's horse is only the second show. He's only just coming to this level, so I think we probably feel that would put a little bit too much pressure on him.
All right, Rob, best of luck for tomorrow. Good luck for the team talk as well, and everyone would like to see a 2-round performance from the Paris Panthers.
Yeah, me as well. Thanks.
Rob Hoekstra, thank you very much for your time. He is waiting for the perfect weekend. The weekend that will see a good round 1 performance, get into pole position, and a good second round performance to see them go on and win the weekend, put themselves back into the top 4, which would still be an incredible turnaround if you bear in mind the poor start to the season that the Paris Panthers had at some stage down in 13th place. But they have slowly but surely started to edge their way back in. And if they are to clinch it tomorrow, pick up up maximum championship points, then they will really have breathed fresh air into this new top 4 race. Rob Hoekstra waiting for the perfect round 2 performance. What about the Berlin Eagles, the team that is looking to try and chase down the Stockholm Hearts? Well, Ludger Bierbaum and Miller made their return to Valkenswaard, and Miller jumping clear as we've come to expect from this incredible combination. But unfortunately for Philip Weishout and Kobe, they were unable to replicate that. 4 penalties for Weishout and Kobe, a clear for Ludger Bierbaum. It means that Ludger Bierbaum and Philip Weishout will then be one of the teams on 4 tomorrow. And they will be hoping that there will be some faults for the Stockholm Hearts, that there will be some faults from the Shanghai Swans. And can the Berlin Eagles maybe make it 2 for 2 in the Global Champions League? You will find out, of course, tomorrow as we get ready for Global Champions League. Before we go, shall we show you the standings then? And just remind you as to how things look at the end of the afternoon and where we then will be come the start of Global Champions League round 2. Paris Panthers, as we said, the fastest of the 4s as they now lead Stockholm Hearts, Rome Gladiators and the Berlin Eagles. London Knights, strong performance from them, but then the Shanghai Swans finding themselves in 8th, losing a little bit of ground to those that are slightly ahead of them. Valkenswaard United at home, a tough weekend to start for Laura Kraut. And then those 3 eliminations, as we said, Can Stars, Madrid in Motion and the Scandinavian Vikings all getting eliminated, making it a very short field tomorrow with just 13 teams coming out for Global Champions League round 2. We caught up with Eric van der Vleuten, in fact, after that elimination. Let's hear his thoughts.
So the first reaction you gave me off camera, I can't repeat that. What can I say, Eric?
Yeah, that was not our best day today anyway for me. Michael was very good. He has his new horse, Dewis, jumped very good clear. I had actually a very good feeling when I started. My horse jumped yesterday in the warm-up, very good. I had a very good feeling. But then today in the class he started over-jumping. He started jumping too much, too high. And then in the last combination I felt he got a little bit unsure. So yeah, I couldn't continue through the combination. So yeah, that was a pity.
I saw also a lot of extra strides.
Yes, but that was because he was over-jumping. He jumped too high, so then they landed a bit short, and they don't get a real big stride on that moment. So that's not the most comfortable feeling for a rider. So, and that's what I got today.
You retired. I saw you saying to Michael. What did you say to him when he had to start his round?
Before I told him he should show the horse number 4. It's a little bit of special gate. It's the Staltops jump. It's a brown gate where we know during the years that many horses can spook a little bit on that. So I told him that he should pass once a jump so that the horse knew what was coming.
So there will be no Madrid in Motion tomorrow for Global Champions League round 2. It is going to be a very intriguing day with those 3 eliminations already. No double clears. The top 4 now all of a sudden getting a real throw-up with Prague Lions struggling, Valkenswaard United struggling, Madrid in Motion eliminated. And then as far as the top is concerned, Shanghai Swans slightly behind the pace on 8, and Berlin Eagles and Stockholm Hearts both finding themselves on 4. Where will the pressure take its toll? Who then will respond best to that pressure tomorrow? Paris Panthers will be in pole position and they will be the last team to come out of the gates. Can they do one better than what we saw in London a week ago? Round 2 of the Global Champions League returns tomorrow here on GCTV. We'll see you live in Valkenswaard. Good night.